Hi guys, this is R.A. Sweeney here to talk about another passage from the book Praying with the Writings as part of the Praying with the Bible series. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about Second Chronicles chapter 6. And so in this passage, just like a lot of the passages that you find in Chronicles, it's a second account of a story, or even a third account in some cases. But this is the second account of the exact same prayer was prayed at the beginning of First Kings. And so you've got the same prayer recorded twice, but if you look at the two passages in First Kings, everything's very forward looking. Solomon's praying and he's looking ahead to what he hopes God will do and what he expects based on God's character that he can hope for from God. So it's all looking forward with that. God, this is this is what I hope you will do, and that I trust that you will do. But then when you come back to the passage that we're looking at today in Second Chronicles, the voice is a little bit different, and you kind of expect that it should be because Chronicles was written after the Babylonian captivity. This is hundreds of years later. This is someone who's been through that whole experience. He knows the story of the fall of Israel and Judah. He knows the story of Assyria and Egypt and Babylon all coming, just crushing God's people under the weight of their own sin. He knows how terrible all of that was on the people, from the murders and everything that went along with that destruction, the sorrow that went along with the exile in Babylon. He's looking back on all of this and recording the same prayer. So he's not making a different prayer, but he's telling the story from that future looking back perspective rather than the looking ahead to what one might expect. And so the language is just a little bit different. Um, and so, one, I think it's interesting because we're seeing the stories a little bit different based on the different writers that tell the story. But I think it also is interesting because it's the way the language here in Second Chronicles looks. It's almost like the chronicler, the person who wrote the book of Chronicles, is praying that prayer himself. So he's internalizing and making Solomon's words his own words. So rather than just saying, "Yeah, this is what Solomon said," it's like he's saying, like, I'm praying the exact same thing that Solomon prayed. Solomon prayed for these things, and God, I'm asking you again, even though our sin broke all these promises, even though our sin broke our hope to receive any of these promises, I'm asking for the same things that you promised to Solomon. And so it's just a really cool way of how this person wasn't saying, like, oh, well, God promised these things to Solomon, so they must be my promises too, which we tend to do all the time with the Bible. We like to say, well, God made these promises, so, that means he made them to me. I can expect those promises. But rather, the chronicler, he's not doing that. He's saying, like, God, this is the type of person that you, or the type of God that you are. This is how you were with Solomon, and I'm asking you through my retelling of Solomon's prayer for that to be true of me, that you would honor that same request that I'm now making. And so really just liked how that was an internalization of someone else's prayer within the Bible. So just like I advocate we take other people's prayers from the Bible and make it our own, the Bible actually demonstrates someone taking the Bible and making that prayer their own. So just kind of a cool passage there in Second Chronicles chapter 6. I hope it was a blessing, and stay tuned and we will keep working through praying with the writings. Thanks, guys.